You are tuning in to a Goldilocks Productions presentation of the InnerSpeak Soul Adventures radio show with Jean Adrienne. Jean is the creator of InnerSpeak, a method for clearing karmic and ancestral blocks. She's the author of 4 books and 2 decks of metaphysical clearing and activation cards. Jean offers private sessions via phone or Skype, as well as her office located in Blairsville, Georgia. Call in now to reserve your spot on the switchboard. The call-in number is 657-383-1895. Enjoy this soul-healing show.
Happy Monday! Good afternoon and welcome to InnerSpeak Soul Adventures. I am thrilled to be with you today. I was very disappointed to miss out on speaking to everyone last week, but Blog Talk was having some issues last Monday, and it's not even Mercury retrograde yet. So we are in for a good show today, and I'm very excited because I'm going to actually have a special co-host the first Monday of every month, of which today is April the 3rd, so it is the first Monday of the month. Her name is Laurie Huston. She is an intuitive and a healer from Toronto, Canada. And she and I have been doing radio together for 6 or 7 years now. We do a tag team that you are going to love. If you call in and get on the switchboard, Laurie will do a reading for you, and then I'm going to do an InnerSpeak clearing that will enable you to maximize your potential to achieve what Laurie can see as a possibility in the field of potential for you. So welcome, Laurie.
Hi, Jean.
I know she's here. Hey, there she is. All right. I am so glad to have you doing the show with me every month. This is going to be really fun because, we did this tag team. We called it Voices of Soul for years, and we really enjoyed it, and people really got a lot of benefit from working with us, and now we have this opportunity to provide this service once more. So Laurie's website, just for you guys who don't know who she is yet, her website is www.intuitivesoul.com, and you can find out tons about her. Go out there and sign up for her newsletter. She does an amazing blog every month, we will also be, hooking you up with some seriously good readings and clearings today as well. So we actually have a caller, Laurie. So are you ready to take our first caller?
I am.
All right. So our first caller is area code 317. And who are we speaking with? Hello?
I'm sorry. Did you say 317?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, it's me, Kim.
Hey, Kim, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. So we've got Laurie Huston, who is going to do a reading for you, and then I'll do a clearing. So how can we help you today, Kim?
Give me just a second. Let me go in another room here.
Okay.
In the conference room. Actually, the place that I'm working at is kind of possibly selling or falling apart or all of the above, and I'm just a contractor. And she has told me before that she wants me to come on permanent, but I've been here 7 months, and there's been no real leeway into that, and she's kind of turned into a person none of us know anymore, and I do not trust her. So I need a path. I'm actually looking at taking some classes because I need to up my game. So
okay.
I feel like, and my sister just passed a couple weeks ago, the day after St. Patrick's Day. So I'm still reeling a little bit from that, but I'm better. But I need to move forward, and this place where I'm at, I feel stuck. Because I'm waiting for something to happen and nothing is happening. I mean, clearly.
Gotcha. And I am sorry for your loss. I
Yeah.
saw that on Facebook. Wow.
Thank you.
So, Laurie, you want to see what you see for her?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Again, I also, it's a difficult challenge to go through. I lost a brother a year ago, and it's not easy.
I'm sorry.
Sisters tend to be a little bit closer. All right. So what I'm getting is you're an extraordinarily sensitive person. So you need to be in a place where you're feeling really nurtured and supported. And I agree with you. I think that this is not the place for you. But at the same time, you have this opportunity that you are now in a space where you can start creating and manifesting something really, really amazing. And when I say really, really amazing, I mean like your dreams, everything that you've ever thought of. It's like just have the faith and just step into it, because it's all coming to you. Like there's nothing here that I would say have any cautions whatsoever. The only thing I would say is be really, really clear about what you want, because you've got a lot of stuff that's just about to happen. Now, this is kind of a time where you want to be a little bit careful about what your just contracts or anything like that, because we're just about to go into a Mercury retrograde. We typically are not real happy when we make decisions during a Mercury retrograde, just because it's a bit of a trickster planet. I'm actually feeling like there's something that you really want to do that is you, instead of going into a company. And I don't know you, so I can't really say what it is, but my feeling is that there's something that you're about to kind of really open yourself up to. So Mercury going retrograde. Oh, yeah? And Venus is just about to go out of retrograde, which is a good sign, on the 15th. But so I would say, if you can wait a little bit longer, I would, let April go by. I think you need some healing time anyway, but I would let April go by and be really ready to open up. Obviously, start looking, start really thinking about and really getting passionate about what it is that you're wanting to do, because I see something in a really big way, and I mean really big way. We've got really lovely cards here. I just pull some tarot as I'm talking to the person, and you've got some really beautiful cards. You've got the Star, which is all about your major wish. You got the Magician, which means you can create the magic in your life, and you got the Dreamer card, which is just about having trust and patience and taking that step forward. But you also have the Eight of Earth, which is all about your own work, and there's money coming, so it's you're in a really good place right now to, take your time, but in a really good place to create everything that you're really dreaming of and desiring of. I feel very positive about, the next few months for you. So, Jean, if there's anything that just needs to be cleared away to help her achieve these, I'm feeling really good.
Yeah, great.
And I decided. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, I decided today to take I had been wanting to do web design for years, and somebody put this back in my face again just by mentioning it. It was like, oh my gosh, that's right, because I'm very creative. I love computers. I'm good with technology, and I would love to be able to either work for a company doing this or work from home, either have my own business doing, creating websites for people and designing them. So that's where I'm going. I've just decided I found a class for $20 to see. It's like an intro. Do you really want to do this? And then there was another one for, I think it was $100. I can't remember, but it really walked you through it. So I'm taking that step.
I feel really positive about this. Yeah, it's you. I mean, you could maybe, if you want, the great thing about going into a company is that, if there's any, fine-tuning that you may need to assist you, but only to get those steps. Other than that, I would say you'll do fine on your own, for sure.
Great,
yeah.
Thank you.
And if you buy step, going into a company, that's fine too. I really get a sense that you're going to fly with this. And it'll use the things that you're really excited about, which is your creativity, and you're going to do well.
Yeah. Yay! Thank you.
Yay.
All right, and so I want to do a clearing for you, but this is going to be a little bit different because your sister is coming through. The first card that I pulled from the InnerSpeak deck is Veil of Death, and immediately I saw your sister. And so she wants to help you as well. So the setup cards that I pulled, the first one was Arranged or No Love Marriage, which is talking about your job right now, and stuck walking the wrong path or the path that you know is not right for you. Again, it's your job. And the soul reaction card is Shame and Humiliation. That's what this is doing to your soul. And the stuck belief
is what? I'm sorry, you faded out.
The soul reaction is shame and humiliation. Again, that relates to your job. And the stuck belief that you've internalized that is holding you back that we need to clear is I can't have what I want.
Right.
So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to ask Spirit to raise your vibration as high as is humanly possible for you. Let's put you out of resonance with that stuck belief.
Okay. Possible. Done.
All right, and so the next thing I want you to do is I want you to reach out and take your sister's hand. She is right there with you. And I want you to let her, this is going to make me cry, let her lead you into St. Germain's beautiful violet flame bonfire, because she is in a place now where she sees your potential. And I want you just to stand with her in the beautiful violet flame and allow it to burn away everything that's holding you back. And everything that's holding her back. Stand there for a moment, please. And your sister has a message for you. So I want you to imagine that you're holding up a big piece of paper. And I want you just to let your sister write you a message on that paper. And when she's done writing, turn the paper around and read what it says. You don't have to read it out loud. It might be personal. I don't know.
Okay. I did not know. Oh, my heart hurts. That her husband molested me the majority of my childhood, and my question to her was, did she know? I just needed to know whether she knew or not. Wow, that's right.
Okay, well, you receive blessings from the angels for having the courage to look at this and call in today. And the first blessing that you receive is a healing. It's a healing from your awakened inner. The second blessing is courage. Courage to follow your heart's command. And Kim, it's gratitude that owns every clearing. So just take a moment now and give thanks. Give thanks to your angels, teachers, and guides. Give thanks to your sister because she is with you every step of the way going forward. She's like your guardian angel on the other side now.
Okay.
And I thank you for calling in. Love you, girl.
Love you too. Thank you, ladies. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Wow. Okay, I got to pull myself together.
Yeah, powerful.
Yeah. All right, we've got another caller who's holding, and this caller is the caller at area code 770. So who are we speaking with?
Hi, Jean. Hi, it's Frida.
Hey, Frida, how are you?
I'm great. How are you guys doing?
Really good. So, Frida, how can we help you today?
Oh, I'm having the thoughts around my company. It's starting to become profitable, and yet it is slow at breaking even and moving forward. And the stress around it has been going on now for 7 years. So I'm just asking if you guys see anything around that.
All right, Laurie.
I'd open question.
Yeah.
Laurie.
Okay, so is there still a partner that's involved? Is there a partner, male partner?
Yes.
Yeah. Is that going well?
Not really. They're more investors than they are partners, and so they're more thinking that they're better than I am and wanting to, call me more than, helping. And so I do have some reservation then to even ask them for things or, ask them for help because they're, it just is not good. Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm getting that, there's money coming in. I think, basically getting, have patience and faith and things will move forward. It's like you're feeling like it's a lot of work. And I see that there's a part of you that, keeps not overly, but, focus. It's hard not to think about the past. So there's things that are coming in from the past that are affecting you that you just need to turn around and keep looking forward. And when you think about what you want, really try and get out of and it's really hard to do, but that, all the things that are wrong that now you want to make right, try and get out of that mindset of, I want to change this, and instead shift it to what is really great about what you're doing. What is really great about these investors that are supporting you? What is, do you know what I mean? Instead of...
Hello?
Does that mean we're going for a break?
No.
No, it was...
I don't know what that was.
Yeah, that was my cell phone going off.
Oh, okay. What I get, it just is just really shift your focus to exactly what you're dreaming about, because I see some new things coming your way, some really positive new things coming your way, but I also feel like there's this disappointment around you and this sadness and again, looking at the past and kind of, I don't know, worrying that some of the past stuff is still, affecting you. And so I would say get really, really, really clear about what it is that you're truly wanting. So get this really clear picture of what it is that you want. And instead of belaboring the past stuff and, going, figuring out what you want from what isn't working, just really shift your focus to exactly what is working and be really clear about how you envision your future. And again, be grateful for the opportunities you've had. See what you can be grateful for, even for some of the problems that have come into your life, so that because there's always a reason. It's always to fine tune. It's always to help you get clearer about truly what you want and let go of some of the sadness. And I hope, Jean, you can assist here, but it's like you're feeling just overworked and just too stressed. Yet there's this beautiful opportunity for new things to come to you and some really lovely things, like just abundance and, your wishes coming true. It's just that there's a part of you that tends to focus, doesn't see the bigger picture, and gets caught up in the little things and just past stuff. So just get really, really clear. Just envision, if you could see your biggest possibility, write that all down and just kind of go through it each night before you go to bed and maybe each morning before you get out of bed. Just get a really clear picture of exactly how you envision your perfect opportunities for work. And be grateful for the investors. Try not to, kind of see them as their own entity that really has nothing to do with you, but that you can just really move forward. I don't know if this is resonating with you, Jean, but this is what I'm feeling. So I think there's some stuff that we could just sort of clean up that would take away this sadness.
Yeah, absolutely. And what I'm finding is that the sadness actually goes back to your birth, Frida. This is birth trauma. And the setup around this, it says denied infidelity and broken heart. And I don't know what that means relative to your birth, but I've known you long enough that I've known you since you before you bought this company, and I think that the denied infidelity and broken heart has to do with these investors with respect to your company and the birth trauma around that, because I think that they didn't present who they really were to you when you went into contract with them. And because you always want to see the best in people, I think that this really kind of broke your heart, because you had anticipated a better relationship than what you got. But the real true setup on this has to do with your own birth. The soul reaction is that your heart has been shut down, which then slows your ability to receive all the good that you want. And there's a stuck belief, and that stuck belief is that others are better than me.
Mm-hmm.
So let's clear this.
Okay.
So I want you to go back, and I want you to find little baby Frida right at the moment of her birth. And I want you to connect heart to heart with her. And I want you to ask her, sweet child, what can I do to help you right now? Okay, and then I want you to put your attention on your heart center. And I want you to invite your heart center to open, to fully open, to release all of the wounds that happened at your birth and every wound that's happened since you were born right up to the present breath of now. And let your heart center heal itself. Allow it to balance its energies, yin and yang, front and back. And then, Laurie was mentioning that there's a lot of old stuff from the past. This chunk looks to me like areas of old stuck energy. It's inside your body and out in your field. I want you just to ask God and the angels to come in and locate all of this old stuff that is causing sadness and disappointment, and just take it out of your body, out of your field, take it to the light. Let's get rid of it once and for all. And you receive blessings from the angels for having the courage to call in and do this work. Your first blessing is release from overwhelm. And your second blessing is opening to miracles. It's right there with exactly what Laurie was saying. And it's gratitude that owns every clearing. So just take a moment now and give thanks to your angels, your teachers, and your guides. And we thank you.
Thank you. Thank you both. Thank you, Jean. Thank you, Laurie.
Okay. And stay in touch.
Okay, will do.
All right. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And we have another caller. The next caller is area code 803. And who are we speaking with?
Hello, Jean and Laurie. It's Hillary.
Hey, Hillary. How are you?
Good, good.
And how can we help you today?
I was sitting here debating on what I needed help with.
Oh, just throw it all at us.
I was like, okay, which thing do I pick today? I think they're all kind of interrelated. But I was having a conversation with a friend last week about diving into my mother issues, because my mother is schizophrenic, and there have just been, I can find no compassion for her. I understand that it's an illness. I can have compassion for other people, but I cannot have compassion for my mother and where she's at. And I would really like to get to that place of compassion, so that I feel like I've forgiven her for, I'm just stuck. And I feel like this is a huge thing that's holding me back. I'm experiencing the same thing with my dad. He's struggling with some things with his eyesight, and I found I had zero compassion for him last night as well. And so I feel like I think it all stems from my mom, and I would like to see what you guys get from that.
All right. Laurie, have at it.
I'm here. I'm all over it.
Okay. I know you are.
All right. Well, okay. So when we contract our parents, we know exactly what it is that our parents are teaching us and what we're here to take on karmically and everything with our family. And because most of our behaviors are learned before the age of 7, our parents can trigger us like there is no tomorrow. I mean, that is the one, those are the one people that you are guaranteed to trigger you deepest and quickest. And since you have a lovely relationship, that is not the area that you're getting triggered. So where you're getting triggered is with your parents. And the hardest thing to do is to say, it's easy, just do this. But, as simple as choosing love is, it's not easy. And it's especially not easy with family. And the only, one of the only things I think of when I think of this is to see, and probably it's not too difficult at this stage, but to see your parents like your children, like that they're only 3 years old or younger, and just come to that place of they did the very best that they could have. And as much as unfortunately our society has ingrained in us that we're a blame and victim mentality society, that it's okay to judge and blame and get upset, they really did do the best that they could. Now, I'm getting that, if you could just see them in the light of, I don't know, like your best friend or like a child, that they're doing everything they can, but there's issues and there's problems, and they're getting to the point where they may not, and I'm not saying anything at this stage, but they may not be there forever. As we get older, so do they. So it's not that, but just to think of every day as a blessing. And I think the best thing to do is to get yourself into that state before you contact them or before you see them, so that you can sort of gauge yourself, that as soon as you feel yourself getting triggered and feeling less than compassionate, that you can sort of step out and say, okay, and really focus on how you would like to be and how you'd like to be within yourself all the time. So if happiness is your thing, I mean, you're a pretty happy person. So I would say, it's not a far stretch. It's just when it comes to, dealing with those, and I'm not going to, it's just those, specific things that sort of can easily trigger us into feeling like we are, under 7 and we're being judged, and it just kind of snowballs from there, right? We're never good enough, and so it kind of puts us back into a child state. And so if you could switch it and see them as a children, I see them both, your ability to be compassionate is there. It's just, again, it's because we're oversensitive with our family, and especially our parents. So, just kind of, if you can, get out of your head and get out of that analytical part of you, which is more the judgmental aspect, and really move into your heart and, see this as an opportunity to really shift everything about your dynamics with your family, and just have that patience and strength. It's in you. It's just a matter of you, taking a moment, I think, before you connect with them, and just really determining how you want this to be, instead of allowing things to sort of just go in the pattern that they're used to. Does that make sense?
It does. Thank you.
And Jean, I know you can assist in this.
Yeah, and I'd love to. But
Yeah.
before I do your clearing, Hillary, while Laurie was doing the reading, my producer contacted me to let me know that there are a bunch of you guys out there on the Blog Talk switchboard in listen mode only. And if you want a reading, you need to press 1 on your phone, and that's what puts you in the host queue so that she can queue you up for Laurie and I to work with you. So if you're listening and you just want to listen, that's cool. You're more than welcome to do that. But if you want a reading and a clearing, you need to press 1, please. Okay. Hillary. So, this goes back to your conception. And part of the reason why you're having so much difficulty with getting to this place of compassion is that at the point of conception, you forgot that you actually contracted to come in here with these particular parents and actually work on a pretty powerful life lesson. And it's a life lesson of trust. So at the point of conception, the setup around this is that you felt like you were being punished for their misdeeds, and you still do to a certain extent. And the other setup card is servitude and feeling powerless to do anything about that. The soul reaction card is that your soul feels alienated and alone, and it really has, I think, since your birth, especially considering your mother's illness. The stuck belief that you internalized at the point of conception is, I am broken. So let's clear this, because you don't need to carry this any longer. So there are all kinds of old thought forms that are floating around inside your body and out in your field that are the thought forms from your soul at the point of conception, and they don't need to be there because what they're doing is they're blocking your ability to get into your heart and to find that compassion that is there. So I just need you to find those areas of old stuck energy, spin them out. Just let God and the angels take all of this old energy that doesn't serve you anymore, that's blocking your compassion, and take it to the light. And now there's a different kind of energy that's inside your body and out in your field. And this stuff looks like mirrors, and it attracts to you people, places, and situations that trigger these things that are blocking your compassion. So I just want you to ask God and the angels to remove all the mirrors from your body and your field. And the third clearing says to ask that the transparent egg that's surrounding your field be dissolved. And this is this egg that's keeping you feeling separate. But there's yet another one, and it's actually surrounding your heart. And this is the one that's blocking your ability to find compassion. So just ask that the transparent egg that's surrounding your heart first be dissolved, and then allow the transparent egg that's surrounding your field to be dissolved. And you receive blessings from the angels for doing this work. The first blessing is release from overwhelm. And the second blessing is a blessing of union and the ability to accept love from yourself, from your husband, from your family, and from Mother, Father, God. And it's gratitude that owns every clearing. So just take a moment now and give thanks to your angels, your teachers, and your guides. And we thank you for calling in. And we love you. And you got this, girl. You can do it. You can do it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So we have our next caller, and that would be the caller at area code 404. Who are we speaking with?
This is Stacy.
Hi, Stacy. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing great. So how can we help you today?
Well, kind of last while I was trying to decide what different areas with work. I hate my job, and I feel like I'm in a time of change, whether it be like a midlife crisis, but not something positive. And but then also my weight and my lack of love life. But sometimes I put those two together.
Okay.
So that's in a way, it's kind of everything. But I mean, I feel blessed in a lot of ways, but I'm kind of struggling in those areas of like feeling like something's changing, but not really kind of knowing what direction to go in.
Okay.
Well,
Laurie?
Stacey, I'm picking up that the strongest piece of this is around love, because it's almost all love cards that came up here. So I'm thinking that may be where you'd like to focus this attention from, because it's all love. And I see some pretty nice stuff coming in your future, but I want to address what you said about your weight. Can I just say one thing about this first? The weight will come off. It has more to do with there's an issue with regards to love and weight for you. And part of you thinks you're not going to attract somebody with this weight, and part of the reason the weight's there is because you're protecting yourself. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. The thing that I wanted to say first was, when we meet someone from our soul group, which is what seems to be what's coming through here, the weight doesn't matter. The problem is that you're not feeling great about you. You're feeling like there's something you need to fix. And I'm not saying that there may not be some things that you want to change, and it's up to you. Just don't do it because you think there's something wrong with you, or that you're not lovable as you are, because you really are. And from what I see here, something amazing is coming to you. So I think the big thing you need to focus on is how you're feeling about yourself, and you're feeling like this weight is holding you back. And I think it's probably even holding you back from even enjoying, obviously your work is a problem, and I think it is partially responsible for the weight too, because you come home, you're feeling miserable, and you emotionally eat. So there's like three things going on here, but even if you were feeling better about yourself, you would start seeing more opportunities. Now, I'm going to say the same thing to you as I said to, I think, the first caller. Just be aware that we're just about to come to a Mercury retrograde, and we are just coming out of, but we still have like 2 more weeks of a Venus retrograde. Venus retrograde makes women depressed and feel really awful about themselves. It can. So just know that that's partially why you're feeling kind of low. And just really shift your focus. Just be gentle with yourself right now. But, coming to a place where you start feeling really good about yourself, that's when everything's going to shift. And, honey, you're perfect just the way you are. Your soul is celebrating that you've called in. It's just that you just need to sort of let go of, this weight is causing the problems, because it's that energy that's causing the weight to continue. Does that help at all?
Yeah. I hope so. Yeah.
Okay. Because I really honestly see some incredible things coming for you. It's just you need to kind of start feeling really good about you instead of feeling like the weight is holding you back, because it's not. So my thing, I think, with Jean, I'm not sure what you're picking up, but I would focus on self-love and what's sort of blocking her from really, seeing that she's perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. And what I found is that this is actually your grandmother on your mom's side, your mother's mother. It's her stuff that you. I'm sorry?
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head on that one.
Yeah, and so the 2 setup cards that I pulled are, the first one said forced into or out of a partnership or marriage, and the second one says suicide. I don't know really what that means with respect to her. Suicide's not always literal. If you walked into your boss's office and told them that they were a jerk, that would be corporate suicide. Anyway,
What was the card before suicide?
I'm sorry?
What was the card before you said suicide?
Just forced into or out of a partnership or marriage. Okay, and so what this did to your grandmother's soul and what it's doing to you right now, because this is where you connect with her, is it's causing money, love, and creativity to be shut down. So we need to clear that. There's a stuck belief, and the belief is in struggle. I have to struggle to earn love. So let's get rid of this, because you don't need to struggle anymore. You are, like Laurie said, absolutely perfect, just the way you are. You're a beautiful, beautiful woman, and, it's all right there waiting for you. So what we need to do is we need to first clear away all your grandmother's thought forms. And this stuff looks like mirrors, and it attracts to you people, places, and situations that make you feel like she felt when she was alive. So I just want you to close your eyes and find all of those mirrors and just ask Spirit to take all of those mirrors out of your body and out of your field so that you can be free of the limiting beliefs that are not yours. And then your grandmother is right there with you. I want you to find your grandmother. I want you to take her by the hand, and the two of you walk together into St. Germain's beautiful violet flame of transformation, and allow the violet flame to burn away everything that is not love, everything that's blocking self-love for both of you, and returning you to your divine blueprint. And then you've created that transparent egg that we talked about, I think, with the last caller, that is protecting you and holding you back from getting what you want. You don't need to be protected anymore. It's safe. You won't be hurt anymore. And so just go out and find that transparent egg and just dissolve it. You created it. You can uncreate it. It's that easy. And the blessings that you receive for having the courage to do this work today is, the first one is union. It's time for you to accept love from yourself, from Spirit, from a partner, and from your family. And the second blessing is courage. Courage to follow your heart's command. And it's gratitude that owns every clearing. So Stacy, just take a moment now and give thanks to your angels, your teachers, and your guides. And we thank you. All right. And we've got one more caller. Let's see if we've got time to do one more reading and clearing. This one is area code 678. Who are we speaking with? Hi, Joy. All right. So how can we help you today, Joy?
I talked to you before when you had Kim on Power Talk a few weeks back. And I've been working on, releasing, kind of opening up myself to doing channeling work and such. And I'm just still kind of held back by like this fear. And I think it's got a lot to do kind of with the grieving I'm still going through from losing two teenage cousins to suicide about 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. And it's like right there at the anniversary dates coming up. So kind of emotional right now with that. And I'm just trying to release all that and trusting myself, I guess, into going into spirituality more and owning that voice and helping others in that way.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, Laurie, dive in.
Okay. So, all right. So I'm getting kind of like a mix of a bunch of different things for you. These cousins, there's something very special about them, and there's something very special that they are able to do now that they weren't able to do, that was kind of really very restrictive for them. So where they are now, and I used to believe some different things about suicide, and I think for whatever reason that's completely changed and shifted. A lot of the kids these days are really feeling the pain of this physical world because they're so extraordinarily sensitive. So they've kind of released that bound. It's like so many people have come in and they think it's supposed to be really easy, but because we weren't quite ready for them, they're just it's like they get another opportunity to come back almost immediately, and they also are much more free and open. So they did what they had to do to assist them because it was just overwhelming on this planet at that time for them. And so partially they're here to help you. And the other thing about that is you have the ability to open up. They're actually really excited about this opportunity for you, and they want to be there for you to assist you to be really, really open. So they're going to help you in profound ways. And there's so much love. Like, there's so much love around you. You know, we think that we have to do this all by ourselves, and, you know, all the pain and the darkness that we can get into on this planet, it is shifting. It's just shifting a little slower than your cousins were willing to wait. And so this allows them to, you know, to really get into a really good place when the planet's actually finally ready for them. So, and it's the same with you. Like, all the things that are happening with you are really to assist you. And partially this, what happened with your cousins was to push you in this direction, was to help you open up, was to help you so that you can assist some of these kids that are having a really difficult time by being very open and compassionate and ready to work with them. And so your cousins are working with you to assist you to be able to do that work. And I'm feeling really lovely things around this. It's just you need to really give yourself space and time and just be really, really super gentle with yourself, because this has been a big change, and it's all perfectly in divine order. It's just that it is a big change and a big shift for you. So just be really, really super gentle with yourself and allow yourself to be just this open, beautiful vessel that you are, and just allow things to unfold, because they're all coming, you know, really well and very natural, and you'll be amazing at what you do. And partially you are to help some of these kids that are finding it really difficult right now. So just allow it to sort of unfold. And Jean, I'm sure there's something that you can assist that will open this all up for her.
Well, I love your reading for her, because her cousins are here in this reading as well. So the card that the source card that I pulled was the Veil of Death card, and that tells me that your cousins are here to help you. And so the two setup cards, the first one says forced out of a partnership or marriage, and that would have been the suicide. The second setup card, I don't really understand. It's denied infidelity. And so at some level, one or both of them was feeling like they weren't being who they were really supposed to be, I guess is the best way I can put that. The soul reaction was that their ability to be in relationship with others was disrupted. And this is where you're connecting in, because you're feeling disruption in your ability to step into your power and be in relationship and do what you came here to do. And the stuck belief is, I'm not lovable. I think there's a piece of you that's afraid that if you start doing the channeling work, that people aren't going to accept you, and they won't believe it, or that they won't like you, and you got to let that one go. So what I want you to do is I want you to connect heart to heart with your cousins. They're right there by you. You are a beautiful channel. So I want you to connect with them, and I want you to ask them what you can do to help them. And what did they say? I'm putting you on the spot, honey. You're on the hot seat. Breathe.
Is love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And you're allowing a block on your crown chakra that is, it's making my head hurt, actually. I want you to put your attention on your crown center. I want you to invite it to open up and to release all the fear that is standing between you and spirit, and to heal itself and to balance its energies. Beautiful. And now what I want you to do is I want you to go connect with your cousins. Take them by the hand, and the three of you walk together into St. Germain's beautiful violet flame of transformation. Allow the violet flame to burn away all feelings of not being lovable, fear, everything that's blocking their ability to be in relationship and your ability to be in relationship. And just stand there. And you'll notice as you stand there that your cousins are going to transform. And they're just going to they'll be dressed all in white. And they're just going to become pure light. And so are you. And you receive blessings for doing this work today, Joy. Blessing is released from overwhelm. And your second blessing, and it's a gift from your cousins, is synchronistic flow and good fortune. And it's gratitude that owns every clearing. So just take a moment now and give thanks to your angels, teachers, and guides. And we thank you. And we are just about out of time for today, but, wow, this has been a great show. And Laurie and I love each and every one of y'all. And Laurie will be back with me the first Monday of May. And maybe more often if I can talk her into it, because this is powerful stuff. And, and I think it's something that Laurie and I both enjoy doing. Now, if you would like to work with us in more detail, Laurie and I have a package that we do just for our listeners. And for $75, you can have a half hour with Laurie and I together. And neither one of us do half-hour sessions. You can go on either one of our websites and contact us that way and say that you would like to do that, and we'll set it up for you. We'll orchestrate this to happen. But you get a half hour of private time with Laurie. You get a much more in-depth reading with her, and then you get a much more in-depth clearing with me, and we're happy to do that for you guys. So, yeah. So, Laurie, have you got any final stuff that you want to share with the listeners about everything that's going on right now in the world and, all that stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, I think, this month has the potential to be, for the first couple of weeks, a little bit, I don't want to say challenging, but how about interesting? So, I'm
going to say to that, because it started for me yesterday.
Yeah, well, no doubt, because we have, we already have two planets, which is Jupiter and Venus. And Venus affects us much more than the outer planets. But Jupiter's the planet of expansion and good luck. And so having it retrograde with Venus again, it's an inner planet. It affects us far more. It certainly affects women. And it does not go direct until the 15th. But before that happens, on the 6th, we have Saturn going retrograde. And, the outer planets really only affect us like the first week or two. So the week prior and the week after, it goes retrograde, and the same when it goes direct. So really only the outer planets, so Jupiter and Saturn, won't affect us much after a certain period. We probably don't feel a lot of Jupiter's being retrograde. They go retrograde every year, but we will be starting to feel Saturn. And then on the 9th, Mercury goes retrograde, and that is the trickster planet. That's when communication and electronics and things that, we do not want to have problems with start to have problems. So just be really, really gentle to yourself. Like the first couple weeks could be a little bumpy.
Yeah, back up your computers.
Yeah,
back up your phone out
like
to the cloud. Yes,
and
all
if
of that
you
stuff.
don't get a response from somebody that you've sent an email to send it again, because the chances of it not receiving or going to the person that it's meant to go to are very high. So just be cautious about that kind of stuff, and just be really, really super gentle with yourself, and just relax and try and get yourself into a really calm place. Take some nice deep breaths. Focus on your heart. Bring the energy in, and just get calm and relaxed before you have to do something that you're really not looking forward to doing.
There you go. Well, this has been fun. Thank you so much, my friend.
It has.
And we will do this again in May, and I'll be talking to you because you've got a show that I'm going to be on in a couple of weeks.
That's right.
So check out Laurie, intuitivesoul.com is her website, and you can sign up for her newsletters. You'll find out all about her shows, and she does some pretty amazing radio shows as well. And check out my website, jeanadrienne.com. Sign up for my newsletter, and I'll send you a link so that you can have the online version of these cards that I've been using today to use for yourself for free. My gift. Love you all, and we will connect next Monday. Have a great week.
And now, insurance-minded speeches from Geico.
Hardship. My grandmother would go through it every month to pay her insurance bill. First, she would handwrite a paper check, in cursive. Then, using her own tongue, she would wet a stamp for an envelope. Today, however, we need not weary our hands and tongues. Today, we can pay our Geico bill with the Geico app. Away with hardship, in with bill pay on the Geico app. Thank you.
Support for this podcast comes from The Fresh Market, celebrating 35 years of fresh foods with in-store samplings and events throughout the month of April. Details at thefreshmarket.com.